Welcome to Take 5 minus 3. Well, not minus 3. I want to mess it up. It's Take 5 minus 2, but it's Take 3, as some people would say it. Today, we have me, Jordyn,
Sarah,
Peyton,
and we're going to be talking about whatever we want. And today's topic is going to be about video games. And I think a good start would be old school scary games.
Ooh.
And whenever we say this topic, the first thing anybody thinks about is Slender Man.
I remember getting nightmares from the game. Like I made it towards 7 pages, then I died.
What a loser!
I remember watching so many people play this game. I didn't understand why it was so scary until I played the game myself.
I never played the game.
What?
But you know
I've seen multiple people play it, like 1,000 people play it, but I've never personally played it myself.
Personally, okay, so Slender Man, if y'all don't know, Slender Man is about, how many pages is it?
It's 8 pages.
Slender Man is about running in the forest collecting 8 pages to stop this monster from getting you. When you get the first page, that's when it really starts to begin. This is when this tall figure about, I think he's 8 feet.
Yeah.
8 feet tall, no face, wears a suit, completely pale, and he has tentacles. Which personally, tentacles is kind of weird, Slimmer. I don't know why you're doing that now, but he has tentacles and he chases you down and kills you at the end of the game if you don't collect all the pages. Now, the reason why I feel like this is so scary to a lot of kids is because whenever you look out your window, I feel like seeing a 8-foot tall person with no face would just shock you to the bone.
I mean, if I saw that now, I would still be scared because who knows what that tall pale figure with no facial expression at all and stuff. But
I would willingly go up to him and just be like, "Take me. I can't be here anymore."
It's like when I remember seeing the little kids standing next to it and seeing how tall he was. I was like, "Oh my God, this man could be my dad. I want to
Stop.
mind." What's wrong with him being a dad?
And then why the picture? Is that what that's there?
Well, there's a little picture drawn on here.
You asked me to draw.
Yeah,
that.
I asked personally for her to draw it, so I ain't gonna out myself for having this picture drawn. Okay, now another old school scary game is the old maze game where it had that little jump scare on it.
Screamer game.
I love that.
It's such a quick game to play, and it gets your attention real quick because you want to get through the maze, and then all of a sudden you get scared as soon as you hit the wall. And you don't even try to hit the wall. Even if you made it to the finish while hitting the wall, it's still scares
right
you.
before the finish it happens.
Yes, no matter what, you try your hardest not to mess up, and then all of a sudden you get scared. I feel like that's messed up the game.
The first time I played that game, I was at my aunt's and uncle's, and they have an old house, and they had this little boxy computer in the basement, like an old school computer, and I was down there, and I was, playing the game, because I was like, oh, maze game, haha, so fun. So I was playing it, and it scared the crap out of me.
I was tricked on playing to it. I was like, yo, can you help me with this maze? A lot of people in the past kind of just trick people into playing it to get a good reaction. A friend tricked me saying, "Hey, try this game. It's really fun." Turns out, I was scared for the rest of the day.
And then I remember seeing a YouTube video of it, and it was these little kids playing it, and then they got the screamer scare, and then all of a sudden there was a hole inside the TV. He pushed his whole hand through there. I was like, what happened here? And it was hilarious to me. And then, okay, this is one of my favorites personally. An old school scary game called Silent Hill.
Love Silent Hill.
I've heard of the movie, but never actually played the game.
Now you see,
the movie is nothing compared to the games.
Yes, the movie is nothing compared to the game. Pyramid Head.
Let's talk Pyramid Head.
Okay. We can't don't get me on that topic. That's a little.
Let's stay on that topic.
Spicy. That's a little too spicy. Pyramid
Have you
Head.
seen him?
Yes, I've seen him. I've drawn him too. And we don't talk about those.
Oh?
Gonna act up.
But Silent Hill is a story of a dad looking for, who is he looking for? His daughter?
Yeah.
Yeah, looking for his daughter
Cheryl.
in a in like a abandoned, creepy town.
So, like, they go to vacation on this place called Silent Hill, and the gimmick is once you enter, you can never leave. Like, you can go somewhere else, but you're still technically in Silent Hill. It makes a fake world.
It makes a fake world around you. Like, no matter where you go, it's going to get you. And there's these monsters going around that are just, like, the grotesque humanoids without faces and things like that. Like, the nurses in Silent Hill, they're just nurse-like women who are dirtied up in a grungy yellow nurse gown without faces, and they have weapons on them. They try to kill you as you go through it. And there's a lot of things happening in Silent Hill that my brain still can't understand, because like it's a lot of backstory that's supposed to be happening.
Well, this main story is they go to Silent Hill, and like he loses his daughter. He doesn't know where she is, so he ends up searching and going to Midwich Elementary School, which is a big key factor in the game. And he goes in there and he just has to do all this stuff, and like he goes into this clock spoiler alert, by the way. He goes into this clock tower, and like everything's like turned around. Pretty good game.
also one of my favorite aspects about the game is that, like, I think you might be interested in this, Peyton, because one of the most interesting things about the game is that depending on how you have your character react or like act around people is the ending you're gonna get. Like, if you have this character staring at somebody's hoo-ha's or like body parts, like because there's a lot of things that go around you. If you have them like stare at this or that, it's gonna change your outcome of the game or change the way the characters react around you. And I think that's crazy to me, because I feel like that takes a lot of effort, especially in an old school game, to accomplish.
Yeah, I think it's really funny because if you watch footage from people playing the original game or you play it yourself, the graphics are so bad. That's what I love about them, though.
Yeah, especially going back on old games, just to see how we proceeded to get better at graphics and making games look cool. Peyton, what's an old school game that you're kind of interested in?
Oh, a big thing. But when I was like elementary to the start of middle school, I was a big Skylanders guy.
Okay. I don't know much about Skylanders. So.
Oh, basically, the simple premise is this: you collect these little figurines, then you can use them in the game, and you can also upgrade the skill, strength, and speed. So as when you start the game, you start with like beginner stuff, but you can make their attack stronger. It's kind of like, and also it was always a big thing to collect all the figures, because if you had all the giants, like my first game was Skylanders Giants, these giants could lift up a special area, like only leaf types can go in leaf areas. Or so if you didn't have an element, that means you missed out.
You know, this kind of reminded me of a game that I know. It's also kind of a scary game, like Inscripted. Because, like, even though it's not going to go around the base of, you can only place down this and this, but you got to do things to place down animals. Like, you have to sacrifice other animals to place it down. And I thought that was a really cool game when it came out. It came out not too long ago, maybe 2 years ago. And I thought it was pretty interesting. It was like another card game, like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! I thought those were really cool old games, too. How about you, Sarah? What's a game that you really like?
I really like the Resident Evil games.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
My favorite game of the series is Resident Evil 5, and it's because it has one of the best main characters, Sheva Alomar. She's the girl who assists Chris Redfield in going to find his partner. There's a lot more I can say.
There's a lot to Resident Evil games, and like my brain can't remember it. But in the game, didn't he read a book?
there's a lot to explain, and there are a lot of main characters. So, like, Leon S. Kennedy, there's, Jill Valentine. There's just too many to count, and the villains are great in the games.
Didn't he read a book in that game?
I think he actually did.
But did you know that most men can't read?
Again with this, I can read. I told you before.
What?
Lie!
To do it, 'cause
Well,
we don't have the script in here.
apparently I can read, but with Audible, you can read tons of books online. If you use Take 3, you can get half off of a purchase.
Okay, so Audible is a little app that you can buy, and it reads you the book as you go along. Like, you can have a book, like a lot of different books in there to read and enjoy, to listen to people just during daily basis things like cleaning the house or driving in the car, just to have some time to wind down and relax without having to really worry about looking at a book. And you can get 30% off. Or was it 30% off? What's the number?
I think it was like either.
I thought it was 50. We're going to have to fact check this after.
Well, either way, you can get a discount if you use Take 3. Okay?
I personally use Audible almost every day. I listen to it to fall asleep because it's nice to have a bedtime story.
It's very nice to have a bedtime story, especially when you're dyslexic and you can't read. Okay.
I don't know which way the R goes. I'm so serious.
I don't know which one is D and B. So Audible just makes it easier on us. Okay? So that's Take 3. TAKE 3. Now, another fun topic is Stardew Valley.
Yay!
I'm afraid I'm lost. What's
Stardew Valley is my favorite game ever.
Yes, it's just a simple, easy going game to
like
play.
Minecraft or something?
Don't
Minecraft
compare the two, because Stardew Valley is way different than Minecraft.
Yeah, like, even though they're both on, like, the chill aspect of the game.
They're both indie games.
Yes, both indie games. Stardew Valley is more about farming than Minecraft.
So you're a little farmer, and you've been gifted a farm from your grandpa. Spoilers, your grandpa passes away in the game, and...
That's not a spoiler. It happens as soon as you get in the game.
Stop. And he's like, only open this and read this when you are ready to, or when you've given up on life.
Giving up on life.
That's the best way to put it.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then you get the farm, and
then you get the romance, the people. And okay, top tier person to marry?
Sebastian.
Absolutely not. I'm gonna go against you.
This is over.
Top tier person? Top tier. I have to give it to my girl Haley.
No.
Even though she sucks.
This podcast is over.
Even though she sucks.
It's over.
She's amazing.
Over.
I can't help it.
Over.
I can't help
it. It is over.
In the game.
It is over.
It's not
We're
over.
done.
It's
We're
not
done.
over.
We're done.
Like, Peyton, in this game, you get to pick who you want to marry.
Sebastian is the number one choice.
Except some of the people. Some of the people don't want to marry you. They just don't like you like
Your
that.
opinion is wrong, and this
Okay.
podcast is officially over. I love you guys. Bye.